My name's Jack. I'm just a regular guy, nothing special about me. I don't usually believe in the paranormal or supernatural, and up until recently I never experienced anything that made me think twice. But a few weeks ago, something happened that I can't explain. I still don't know if it was a dream, some twisted hallucination, or if it actually happened. But either way, it messed me up. It started like any normal night. I was lying in bed, scrolling through my phone like always. I remember putting it down and turning to my side, feeling that familiar pull of sleep. Nothing felt off, just a regular night. But when I opened my eyes next, I wasn't in my bed. I wasn't even in my house. I was lying on cold, damp dirt. The air was thick with this horrible, rotting smell, and the ground beneath me felt muddy and soft, almost like it had soaked up blood. I sat up, confused and completely disoriented. That's when I realized I was inside this massive pit, like someone had literally dug a huge, deep square into the ground and dumped me inside. The walls were high, too high to climb, and they were made of red, sticky earth. There were roots sticking out in weird places and patches that looked darker than the rest, like something had stained them. I looked around, and I wasn't alone. There were people all around me, maybe 20 or 30. Most of them were sitting against the walls of the pit, totally silent. Some were crying quietly, but no one made eye contact. No one said a word. It felt like they'd been there for a while, like they already knew what was coming. I got up and backed into one of the corners. I'm about 6 feet tall, and when I stood, I could just barely see over the top of the pit. All I saw was trees, a massive forest surrounding us in every direction. The trees were huge, taller than anything I'd seen before, like ancient pines or cedars, completely still and silent. The sky above was just this thick, unmoving fog, no sun, no stars, no noise. Just this awful stillness, like the world had stopped breathing. Then I heard something move above, something big. A shadow passed near the edge of the pit. I stepped back, trying to stay hidden in the corner. That's when I saw it, and I swear to God, it wasn't human. This thing stood at least 20 feet tall. It was thin, hunched, with skin that looked greenish-grey, like mold growing over dried leather. Its arms were long, fingers way too long, like they could reach across the pit without even trying. Its legs were bent backward like a deer's, but twisted. And its face is burned into my memory. It had a nose, but it was crooked, broken-looking, like it had been smashed in and never healed right. But the worst part was the eyes. It didn't have eyes, just black holes, pitch black, like someone had punched holes through its skull and never filled them back in. They weren't just empty, they felt alive, like they were pulling at something inside me. Everyone in the pit went even quieter. A woman near the edge started crying harder. But no one looked at her. No one tried to help. The creature moved so quietly, it was like it floated. It dropped down into the pit without a sound. And then it grabbed the woman, just reached out, picked her up like she weighed nothing, and walked back into the woods. She screamed once, and then nothing, just silence again, like it had never happened. I was frozen, I couldn't move, couldn't speak. Then it came back. And this time, it looked straight at me. I didn't even try to run. I knew there was nowhere to go. It stepped toward me, slow and steady, and then it grabbed me by the head. Its hand was ice cold and strong as stone, and pulled me to the center of the pit. I was shaking so badly I thought I might pass out. It leaned down, and for the first time I saw into its eyes, those bottomless black holes. And in them, I saw myself, but not me. A twisted version of me, skin grey, face stretched, grinning like something that wasn't human anymore, like something wearing my face. I couldn't look away. Then came the pain. Something snapped in my chest, one of my ribs. I felt it break, heard it echo in the pit. Blood filled my mouth, my vision went blurry. I could hear this awful, wet, chewing sound, like something eating meat that didn't want to be eaten. And then everything just stopped. No light, no sound, just a black nothing that felt like falling. The next thing I remember is waking up, back in my bed. The sun was up. My room looked normal. Everything was quiet. For a second, I just laid there, staring at the ceiling, trying to figure out if I'd had the most vivid nightmare of my life, or if I'd actually gone somewhere else. I didn't see any bruises, no blood, nothing on my clothes. Everything seemed fine. So I did what anyone would probably do. I told myself it was a dream, something my brain made up. And eventually, I fell back asleep. But the next morning, when I went out to grab a coffee, I was walking through the market, same place I always go, and I saw someone in the crowd, a short man, pale green skin, hoodie up. He passed right by me, and right before he vanished into the people, he looked up, smiled, and his eyes were black holes. That's why I don't sleep well anymore, because I'm not sure what's real. But if I wake up in that pit again, I don't think I'm coming back.